Hey Ross World. Today we'll be talking about investment tool apps and just a little bit about the stock markets. You have the New York Stock Exchange and you have NASDAQ. Now the Dow, which just a quick note here, is an index that shows how 30 large publicly owned companies based in the United States have traded during a standard traded session in the stock market. So once again, you have the New York Stock Exchange and you have NASDAQ. They're the two world largest stock exchanges, next to London, and I believe fourth is Japan. Now, the stock market is a place where people buy pieces of companies or trade particular things, stocks. Now, that was the Dow. Next is the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ stock market is an American stock exchange. It is the second largest exchange in the world by market capitalization, behind only the New York Stock Exchange, which the Dow operates on. Now, the unique thing about NASDAQ, NASDAQ was the first stock exchange to trade stocks electronically. Also, NASDAQ is not only a stock exchange, but it's also a stock. Then last but not least, you have the what? S&P 500. The S&P 500 is the Standard & Poor's 500, often abbreviated as the S&P 500 or just the S&P, is an American stock market index based on the market capitalization of 500 large companies having common stock listed on the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ. So they operate on both. Their market capital is $18.5 trillion. So there you have it. There's a quick synopsis of the stock markets and also the stock exchanges, which is only two, NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange. The Dow or the DJI or the DJ or just the Dow operates on the New York Stock Exchange, where NASDAQ operates on NASDAQ Stock Exchange, and the S&P 500 operates on both of them. So let's get into some quick investment tool apps. First and foremost, it's this app that if you go to Investingcom, they have this really well laid out investment app to help you do your analytical research, your stock market news, but it's not really meant for you to go in, download, and start buying stocks. It's more informational. Here's some notes. They show real-time quotes, retrieve real-time updates from 20,000 financial instruments traded on over 70 exchanges worldwide. They have an economic calendar, gets alerts on the go in real time about key economic events and announcements from around the world. They also have stock market or stocks or company breaking news. The app delivers information about development stories and market moving events directly to your mobile device as they happen. Then a cool thing about this is that you can load your portfolio. That means whether you're using some of the apps we mentioned like Robinhood that do individual stocks, or either Stash, Capital One, Merrill Lynch, Charles Schwab, all of these different investment companies that you can go in and basically invest and buy stocks. You can load your portfolio in here, and it will give you analytical research to tell you strong buy, hold, sell, just giving you some advice because of how the market is moving. Portfolio tracks your trades or keep an eye on your investment portfolio from anywhere. Retrieve, sort, and select data directly from your mobile device. Then it gives you technical analysis. Gain complete access to our technical analysis via. Now, this app has a plethora of information and tools that you can get lost in. But nevertheless, the reason why I'm recommending it is because it has so much information. Now, last but not least is the NASDAQ app. Now, I use this app more so than the Investing.com app because the Investing.com app, once again, can be very, very overwhelming. Take, for instance, the NASDAQ app. You just go in, you type in a stock because you want to know particular things about that stock and also that company. Here I typed in Apple. APPL is the code for it. Or you can just type in the word and it will give you suggestions of words that or codes that relate to that particular characters that you typed in. So Apple, right now the stock is $120. It's up by 0.18%. Then if you scroll down, there's a graph that show you either 1 month, 1 day, 1 year, so on and so forth. And you keep scrolling down because you want to see more information. You continue to scroll down, and it's just a list of, it keeps going on and on and on. And it also shows you the ETFs, those exchange traded funds with Apple as top 10 holdings. Has the company description on here. It also has feature stories that are organic to Apple. Then it has your, if you can see this, it shows you that Apple right now is a strong buy. Now, if I hit this, it's going to give you more analytical research and different graphs to tell you strong buy, strong hold. So they're saying basically buy it and hold it. And because of the way the market moves on particular stocks, you have to look at both. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that first you have to figure out, or you have to just research the stock that you're individually buying. What market, what exchange does it operate on? Does it operate on the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ? So by doing that, you can understand how those markets are actually moving. Then how Apple is actually moving on that market by news, conferences, commencement dates. That they have all these things that's going on in that particular company. And you may be investing in one company more so than the other, but you have to really allot a few minutes for all your stocks to do research on. And it really doesn't take that long, especially with a real plain and simple app like the NASDAQ app for analytical research. As I'm scrolling down, it's giving me the PEG ratio, the consensus earning forecast. It's giving us projections how this stock is actually going to do. And this is kind of, it gives you that really good feeling that this is a good investment, right? Based upon the news that they're receiving, based upon the CEOs and what the company is doing, new technologies, so on and so have you. This is an example about Apple. I'm on an Android, so it's not that I'm a big Apple seller, so it's not all about Apple. I actually like Android. This is just an example. And then it says right here under the consensus recommendation, which I just showed you with the graphs, each recommendation received from contributors is mapped to one of the Zacks standard ratings. A consistent recommendation is determined by an average of the numeric values, rounding that mean value to the nearest integer. This area currently displays U.S. research coverage only. In many cases, non-U.S. related research coverage can be accessed from the homepage of respective company. So all of that is just saying they're watching the markets, they're watching the company and how things are being portrayed in the stock market and on the exchange. That's all it's saying. The only thing I'm saying to you is type in your stock, scroll down, look at the graph. All this takes less than 3-4 minutes for each stock. So allocate, depending on how many stocks you have, 30-40 minutes so your financial wealth can start to build and you're not investing to some dead stock. Scroll down to the graph, look at the history, even though you looked at it maybe last month, and look at and look up to the present day. Then scroll down, look at your analytical tools, your research, see if it's still a strong buy and a strong hold. If that starts to dip, don't worry, don't get all loomed up. Hold it, look at the research, scroll down, read the news. Now, if Apple starts to embezzle money, the CEO step down, you're going to see that stock fall so fast, and that is when you want to sell. And I'm pretty sure Investingcom app will show you that because they have the same analytical research. They have the same graphs on Investingcom app as well. So, with these two tools to help you gain a better knowledge of what to do with your stocks, I hope you take the advice, because these are geniuses in the business. They're taking values and numbers and equations and graphs and all these other things. You don't have to be a big math whiz to invest in the stock market. The only thing you have to do is be able to see where it came from and where it's going to, and say strong buy, strong hold, sold, or how have you. These are very important for your financial wealth, for your financial health. These tools will get you where you want to be. And simply that is making more money, more money, more money. This is Raw Squirrel. I'm out.